So let's start. So I will try to recap what happened yesterday. Yesterday was a fantastic day. It was full of knowledge sharing sessions, and not to forget, with full of fun as well. I must mention, I really enjoyed yesterday's gala dinner. I hope you were there. If not, you really missed my dance. You have to wait for next year, maybe probably then. Apart from the fun part, yesterday we have learned about current development in India energy sector. What is happening? What are the challenges going around the industry? And what are the future aspects? My key takeaway from that session was, like, Indian refinery sector is under growing pressure to balance between economic growth and environmental responsibility. There is a need to reduce the import of crude oil to ensure profitable operations with expansion happening in the refineries, and also at the same time reduce greenhouse gas emissions in the refineries. And this, refinery operators must find innovative solutions, to tackle these problems and adapt those solutions. Today I am going to talk about such a solution offered by Topsoe named wet sulfuric acid, or in short we call it WSA technology. In coming 15 to 20 minutes, the clock is running, but I will try to finish in 15 minutes. How WSA technology, with the help of refineries and fertilizer sectors, can support India towards the self-reliance goal and eventually help India to become Viksit Bharat. So let's start. We all know India is facing numerous challenges in the journey of Atmanirbhar Bharat. We rely heavily on energy import, and that leads to a lot of burden on foreign exchange, and we have decarbonization target as well, like net zero by 2070, etc. And also we import a lot of critical chemicals like sulfuric acid. And these challenges requires a demand and innovative solutions. And Topsoe is here. Topsoe offers such solutions. We have a wide portfolio, and we are already helping our customer to get to their net zero targets. And we have technologies for low carbon to green segments, like be it hydrogen, ammonia, methanol, sustainable aviation fuel, renewable diesel, you name it. We have almost every technology in the renewable sector. And we also have a huge portfolio in the clean air. And just to put in perspective how impactful Topsoe is that every third molecule in world is produced from the Topsoe solution, and the same goes for the sustainable aviation fuel as well. And today's topic is about WSA solution within our clean air portfolio. So let's get started. So what is WSA? So WSA technology takes the sulfur emissions from the various industries like pulp and paper or cement industry or coal industry or anything, and an industry like refinery, and converts that into the clean air by removing more than 99.99% of sulfur waste. And that sulfur waste is converted into commercial grade sulfuric acid. And the process is inherently exothermic in the nature. That is why we produce high pressure superheated steam as well. So how WSA technology, empower India towards self-reliance? So I'm really surprised. I am not able to see the animations here because there was animations all over the place. Anyway, I'll continue like that. So the thing is that with WSA technology enables us to produce sulfuric acid locally and also reduce the foreign exchange rate. And the WSA technology has the lowest levelized cost of sulfuric acid production. We have designed the technology in such a way. And with the WSA technology, we can reduce the carbon emission to a larger extent. And this is a perfect opportunity for the hubs where refineries and fertilizer sectors are placed nearby. And finally, the technology is not new. It is proven for, for decades. So if I start with the first topic, the self-reliant India. India imports sulfuric acid and fossil fuel. With sulfurous gas, refineries can convert these sulfurous gas into commercial grade sulfuric acid, thereby enabling India to produce sulfuric acid domestically. And at the same time, you can produce high pressure steam, which will reduce the load of the boiler. And if I put that in perspective, if the WSA is installed in all the refinery across the India, it can cut the fuel oil demand by more than 1.5 million tons per annum. It has that much of potential. And that is equivalent to over $600 million of foreign exchange. Next is how we are saying it is having a reduced levelized cost of sulfuric acid. So for that, I will have to explain you how sulfur is being handled in refineries in today. So sulfurous gas, at the top you can see it converts the sulfurous gas into sulfur by going through the sulfur recovery unit and tail gas treatment to get the recovery of more than 99.9%, which is very energy intensive process. And then this sulfur occupies a huge prime space within the refinery. And then finally, this sulfur is transported to the sulfuric, to the plant, to the location where sulfuric acid plant is located. This requires a lot of, equipment, energy, and space to convert sulfurous gas into the sulfuric acid. But with the WSA, the story is completely different. With WSA, the sulfurous gases directly go to the WSA system and generate the sulfuric acid. There is no need of TGTU, SRU, sulfur pile, no need of transportation, nothing. And also, WSA can treat ammonia, hydrocarbon very easily, which cannot be done in clouds. It is a bit complex there. So the key message here, with the WSA process, you can reduce your capex by more than 50% and generate steam 3 to 4 times higher as compared to the clouds process. And this number becomes 6-fold when we consider TGTU unit as well. And at the same time, there is no need of sulfur pile, so it significantly reduces the prime space. And then next topic is, it reduces the CO2 emission reduction. How it does? In the currently, refinery uses fuel oil to generate the steam, and that emits a lot of CO2 emissions. But with the WSA, you can generate 3 to 6 times to high pressure steam, which will reduce the load of boiler. In some cases, it eliminates the boiler itself and reduce the CO2 emissions. And this, if I take an example of a typical refinery, the WSA cuts the emissions, the total refinery emissions by 9%, which is just 2% in case of the clouds process. And if I extrapolate this situation, if I implement the WSA process in all the refinery in India, the CO2 emission reduction potential of the WSA technology is more than 5 million tons per annum. And at the same time, you can generate the carbon credits. Next is how refinery can tap this opportunity. So 95% of the sulfur produced in the world converted to the sulfuric acid, and out of that 70% goes to the fertilizer industry. So, and India has numerous places where refinery and fertilizer industries are located very close to each other. So it's a perfect opportunity for refiners to produce sulfuric acid and transport it to fertilizer industry as an end use. This will reduce the complexity of logistics. So it is really a good opportunity for refiner to adopt WSA technology. And finally, the last piece of the puzzle is how ready is the WSA technology. This is not a new technology. This has been there for decades. It has more than 160 references running all across the world, with 50% references within the refinery itself. Secondly, the WSA plant is already there in India. It is running at Haldia Refinery, IOCL, since 2020-22, and they are already saving more than 75,000 tons per annum of CO2, and also generating 40 tons per hour of steam. So with this, I would like to say, please grab this opportunity, produce sulfuric acid cost effectively, at the same time reduce your carbon emissions, and save the money as well. I, as a Topsoe, encourage refinery and fertilizer sectors to join hand with the Topsoe WSA solution to decarbonize your refinery. IOCL has already started this journey of decarbonization, and I'm sure rest of the refiner will follow the same path soon and decarbonize their own refinery as well. With this, I would like to end my presentation, and with the sentence that together with innovative solutions like WSA technology, we can help India to get closer to Atmanirbhar Bharat and eventually become Viksit Bharat. Thank you so much.